Will Chappell of the Headlight Herald got back to me about the broken window. He's given the information over to his publisher, maybe. I don't quote me on that because I'm probably wrong. So we're gonna see about getting the window fixed. Obviously, Saris don't fix windows, that costs money. He's also the editor of the Headlight Herald, which exposed the story of the drugs in the police evidence locker with the police chief, Ray Rao. He had 4 separate charges on it. He's also the one who I recently found out speaking up about Martinez. Oh, hell yes! We got this, son. Anyway, like I said, there was a homeless feller. It scared him a bit earlier because I woke him up and I apologized to him. But it's a long road. You can look up the names that I tell you. See them on the news. Names like Waylon Lolatai, Sarah Nelson Torciello, Polly Olson. Actually on the news. And what are we here to do? Well, we ought to show you what I did. Let's see if I can get both cameras to run. I can actually show you. Anyway, at night you can see there's quite a bit of reflection. Oh, come on. Quite a bit of reflection, so it's difficult to see everything in there. But there's the window I busted. And the first thing this morning, when I went out to fly a sign over on the far corner, a woman stopped and gave me $50. Thank goodness. That allows me to have something to eat. It also allows me to fix your goddamn window. I got some tape for the ordeal. I was looking for mask tape, but we'll have to do what we can. We're gonna make it a little bit easier on them by trying to leave a little bit of a tab of it that's folded over on itself. That way it's easier to pull the tape if they need to. The point here is to keep it from splitting farther, sorry. And to keep it from falling in or out, where it could be a hazard to, well, anybody that encounters it. And that does include grown-ass adults, elderly, children, pushing a walker, even with wheels, especially with wheels, across broken glass. It's not easy. So, folded the tape over. What we're gonna do now, leave my fingerprints all over the window. See, it's broken to about there. So, one down the center. Right after that one. And then we'll do a few crossways. We want to make sure that everything is well secured. Luckily, it's a tempered window. And as a result, it just spidered out, which is a really, really, really good thing. I didn't hit it very hard, obviously. If I'd have hit it any harder, it would have gone in. Knock anything down I want to. And I'll do a couple crossways as well. Oh my God. Sorry about the snapping, crackling, and popping. Not sure if you can hear my knees. Keep my cane closer. Anyway, I had to call the cops on myself this morning. I broke the window. I didn't want anybody getting in trouble for something they didn't do. After I put this one on, I'm gonna do some right along the tracks themselves, the biggest ones. And around the seams a little bit. Fireworks. That should not happen. Forgive my language, please. Those of you who are easily offended. Oh my God. There's a lot of head pressure. Anyway, I did ask a lady to go ask someone about a situation of abuse and harassment, because if I said the wrong thing, I do need to apologize. Am I correct about that? Is that or is that not the proper thing to do? Right, so right now there's a lot of people who, well, I explained to them I don't want wellness to go to prison. I do have a lot of people who are domestic violence survivors saying, dude, don't let him go. And make sure he gets convicted. Make sure he gets prison time. Make sure he this. Make sure he that. He claims to be some big goddamn humanitarian, so let's let him be. Right? Can we allow that? Well, that all depends. At this point, the courts are involved. With the way they've been treating the mentally ill thing pretty much everywhere, that's probably in his favor. If not, I got some other stuff I can post up that he can try to use in his favor. And then when he tries to use that stuff, I can show the reality and actuality of the situation. So that'll be fun. People here in town that I got to push away, well, there's a reason for it. They know it. Same as my sister knows it. You can see the corruption with Martinez, with Ray Rao, Holly Olson. Holly Olson was Dole County, Nebraska. And then you can see Michelle Quinn, MICHELLEQUINN, Garden County, Nebraska. Yeah, I've been in a lot of places and told on a lot of people. Nebraska State Patrol has a few people on their department I had to deal with that were, well, it turns out one of them ended up getting locked up because he's a pedophile. Yep. Nebraska State Patrol Troop E. Huh. That was pleasant. Of course, they gave me mentally ill treatment too beforehand. Afterwards, well, they were able to use some of the stuff that I let them know about to at least get Polly Olson. Michelle Quinn, domestic violence. She was the sheriff of Garden County. And then there was Michelle DeCini in the Lincoln Correction Center. And then there was Sarah Nelson Torciello. I'll put up across. Come on now. That was pretty entertaining, wasn't it? She was the assistant warden. That was one of 2 prisons that I was sent to for trying to turn in pedophile Robert Franklin Warnick, registered Nebraska pedophile Robert Franklin Warnick. 25 years on the registry. He might have just gotten off in December. I'll have to see. Oh my God, that fucking hurts. You gotta probably get sick of me bitching. Believe me, I get sick of me bitching. We'll let it run itself and push it down. And then we'll go around the edges. 2 trailer park rows go around the outside, this should also assist in removing it without it falling apart, although they'll have to tape it on the other side. The around the edges thing can be incredibly useful. Now there's also a lady here who knows quite a bit. Her name is Saya. She's a super sweet lady, and she used to work here at the Headlight Herald. This is also next door to Tides of Change, which is one of my first interactions with Officer Martinez. Let's see. I'm not across there just because there are a lot of cracks there. There aren't so many up top. I won't be able to get the very top, obviously. And then I'll show you what I was trying to see when I was walking by. I was hurting a lot. I basically had to force myself to march all day yesterday. It is hell on my body, but also absolutely necessary. Hopefully there's a few people that will show up to court. People just want this crap to stop. I'm also aware that there's abilities that I have and do not have, and that without assistance, none of the stuff that they're asking of me are reasonable. It's entirely irrational to expect of me things that are not possible. Perhaps under perfect conditions, but I don't live under perfect conditions, do I? How many of you live under perfect conditions? How many of you lead perfect lives? I'm betting none. This one's gonna hurt a little bit. I gotta stretch up high. Life is what happens while you're busy making problems. I guess I'll put a cut more on there. Some of these spider marks. They should be able to grab any one of them initial tabs, pull on it, and it'll start tagging off the rest of the tape that's laid over the top of it. So Now that we've got a base layer, we can take over the top of it without any consideration whatsoever for having to make those little tabs. Pull any one of them and it all falls apart. All right. One up here. Try to use up all of the tape just so it pisses people off. All right. Yeah, I'm OCD. I'll get one there. This one's pretty long and goes to the edge of the window, so I'm good to go. Anyway, Mr. Chappell was very nice about it. I did not get to record last night because I didn't have my phone. The people who were going to charge it for me ended up getting a ticket. Life happens when you're busy making plans, right? They even showed me the ticket. All right, so let's see what we can do about showing what a crappy tape job I did, and also showing what I was telling you before about the Scotts Bluff. All right, so come on, turn around. You see right in the very center of the screen, it says Scotts Bluff Star Herald. And the name of this paper is Headlight Herald. Scotts Bluff is where I'm from, Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. This place is, sorry, it's nighttime, so the glare is even more intense. We'll see if we can get it from this side with the camera. They got a lot of really cool typewriters and stuff like that. It's a really cool gallery. Let me see. Turn that off. Who else has been in the news? Well, obviously Whale and Molokai a lot. As well as, oh, yeah, so here's where I was walking by, of course. And I was looking in the window. Of course, it's real sheeny on it. I was trying to see that thing there, and I hear me a sound, and I went whack. Except I wasn't holding it like this. I was holding it like this because I was stopping. Yeah, I was pretty jumpy. What I was doing is, keeping up the window because I had broken it. Let's see if it'll show the crack. That's the crack. Shiny. All right. All I type crazy life. What's going on? What are you doing? Well, now you know, right? Rather than answering your questions, I'd show you. And of course, I was also busy while you were asking the questions. I was just taping off the cracks. See, when Will Chappell got back a hold of me today, I let him know that with the situation with Andrew Wolnez, and like I'm really on edge all the time, you know. There's a lot of homeless people out here that are drug addicts. There's no doubt, you know. But a lot of them, they say the same thing. Hey, they're still people, right? And a lot of people here at the Safeway are very humanitarian. We're going to make sure we state that out, right? Literally everyone at the deli. You treat them good, they'll treat you good, okay? Easy. All right, you're not gonna get a better deal than that. The ladies in the deli, of course, most of them got mama bear in them. Yeah, that's what you need on your side, some mama bear. Sounds like people trying to start violence the safe way. Hopefully it's not violent. Motherfucker's getting out of his goddamn car. I can't run there. Stop it. Polytype buffering. I missed whatever you said. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was coming my way on a bike.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
You're good. See, that man may be screaming back, but you know what? He's looking for violence. He's riding off on his bike trying to... God damn it. Oh. I hope them youngins ain't fucking with him. Probably is. That's just speculation, however. We don't want to falsely accuse people of shit they didn't do. Is that Carlos? I fucking hope so. Or hope not if he's the one fucking honking. No. I don't think that's the youngins for fucking with me. Anyway, there's a lot of folks that came up and let me know that there was a lot of bad blood with Monax, and he just isn't gonna stop. There's also a lot of people, they said, you know what, he's not gonna learn his lesson until he's spent some time behind bars. But then, of course, here's the thought. Somebody molests a child, right? And you think to yourself, you got this great idea that you're gonna end their life. Well, then you're going to prison and you only stopped one child molester. Now let's imagine you decide that you're gonna stay alive and you're gonna turn the son of a bitches in. I don't remember what else I was going to talk about on this video. I do apologize for that. Probably a lot more abuse. I was just showing a lady here some of the well, I showed her who it is that killed Natalie Bollinger, so she's aware of that. I showed her how Gomez and I met, so she's seen that. Doing what I can to stop the violence, stop the stupidity. I mean, we got a lot of people here. I'm gonna tell you this, all right? Do I legit think that they want to hurt people? No, I don't. Most of these people that have said he needs his ass whooped, somebody needs to whoop his ass, you should whoop his ass, you should spray him with pepper spray, you should spray him with bear mace. Let's look at it like this. Right now, we're trying to keep Andrew Gomez out of prison if he can control his goddamn temper. I saved mine for either A, YouTube, passive aggressive, right? Or B, what? Do ourselves some speculating. I'm on my way back to my vehicle. How many of these people that was talking about violence actually want to get violent with Andrew Wilness? None of them. Nobody wants. Most of us out here got PTSD from getting beaten growing up. Well, there's a lot of people here who have done absolutely wonderful things. A lot of people who I will speak up for every single time. Cynthia has been good to me. Her daughter's been good to me. Her husband's been good to me. I literally just saw them. As good as they're able to, given their situation. Same thing with Candy and Joe. Now, I could give you a list of the kind of things that these people have done for me. There's also Miranda. Okay, now this woman, she talks to me like I'm a person. Oh my God. Like, how difficult is that a concept to figure out? It's not. Oh, sorry, sir. Yes, these people have all voiced anger, aggression. They don't want me getting hurt. They also don't want him getting hurt. A lot of the homeless people, same thing. You know, they're just, yeah, a lot of them that are pissed off at him themselves are telling me, dude, you out of this and you out of that, all sorts of mean things and worse things. Like, why do you keep on wishing that stuff on people? Well, they're really not. They're just wishing it'd stop, and that's one of the ways they choose to voice their frustrations and aggression. But they're also allowed. I mean, how many people out here, from Randall, from the Fred Meyer, to, of course, Nick over there at the library, the one who's living in the back of it. You know, these people have said that they have intentions of killing people on my channel. But also you can hear they're both extremely delusional, and at least one of them is schizophrenic. So it happens. God damn, my back is killing me. There's also a lot of other people that, in their own way, have done so much for me. They didn't make Andrew do what he did. They didn't make Andrew's decisions for him. And most of them are looking at it like this. An ass whooping will save him prison time. Man, can we try talking it out like adults first? Dealing with it in adult fashion? If we're going our separate ways, can we do so in a civil way? I hear all these Christians telling me about repenting. And what is that? We got to hear Andrew Wolnez screaming at me about his 6 kids on my channel. That was the first time I met him, very first video of me meeting him. I'm fairly certain I got some of the recordings of him down at the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot, but I don't want to dig those up, and it requires being able to take my computer into the library, which requires assistance. Sorry, I'm jumping from subject to subject. I'm just trying to talk calmly and not stutter, not overwhelm myself because my words don't come together right if I do. Get back to the window. Bill Chappell got a hold of me when he let me know that he was gonna get a hold of the publisher feller. Don't quote me on that. I can't quite remember exactly who he said. Oh, I can look at it. It's on this phone. It says, hi, Mr. This is Will Chappell. I give my publisher, it was the publisher, so you can quote me on it. I'll give my publisher who handles that sort of thing your contact information tomorrow. Thanks for reaching out. Thank you so much. Between Officer Martinez bullying and Andrew Wolnez assaulting me on camera repeatedly, I've been on edge. I was worried the homeless guy sleeping next door was going to be blamed. I did call the cops on myself, so they were informed as well. Would you like me to tape it for now? It is spidered, but not broken out. He typed, yes, that would be good, thank you. I typed, yes, sir, on my way. So the video that I'm literally making right now is, well, obviously me taping up the window. That's repenting. Who broke the window? Sean did. Who needs to pay to fix the window? Sean does. Unfortunately, it's your tax dollars that are paying my disability money, which has been repeatedly ripped off from me because of lack of assistance. For all these places that I went to when I was being harmed, how many of them actually focused on the harm, and how many of them were trying to wriggle their way out of doing their jobs? Does Tillamook really want to be on the news for that? Now, where are these people that I talked about located? It was a good one, huh? Waylon Lolatai is Boulder, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado. Officer Burke is Broomfield, Colorado, then Longmont, Colorado, which is in Boulder County. Well, I'm not sure if Officer Burke was in the news. Sorry. Let's see what else. Well, obviously, Officer Martinez and former police chief Ray Rao, both in the news here in Tillamook, Oregon. And then, of course, there's the Dalles, Oregon, and they were in the news for, what was it? That church that I was going to, that I was explaining to y'all that they're just packing people in there like sardines. It's treated like a prison yard, and it's run like a prison yard. And that's where the police were sending everybody. And I tried explaining to the people at the church, hey, if you keep letting them do this, literally every single agency in Hood River tries to send us to the Dalles, and literally every single agency in the Dalles tries to send us here. There's no place to go. None of these services are doing anything except collecting a goddamn paycheck. So, of course, what happened? The Dalles, Oregon was in the news because the police were literally citing the place that they were sending all of the homeless, that they knew was being treated or run like a prison yard, where that woman Jamie was assaulted. Yeah, it's fucked up. I typed, are you writing a book? No, ma'am, I was actually writing a full account of everything from start to finish. That way everybody would be well informed. Unfortunately, my sister's friend Ed, he had permission to make a bid for fixing both of my computers. He had permission to take a look. He did not have permission to erase an entire computer worth of information and evidence. I don't know how many child molesters we could have potentially put away with that information. As well as bad cops. Polly Olson is in Dual County, Nebraska. She was the Dual County clerk. Sarah Nelson Torciello was in Lincoln Correction Center, as well as, God, what was the other prison they sent me to? They're literally right next door. It's freaky. Sarah Nelson Torciello, Michelle Decini, Vicki Peterson was at the same facility. I did tell on her, but not for the same stuff. She was just a bully, to me anyway. Holly type, did they wake him up? No, they didn't. What else? I don't remember what I titled this video. I should have just called it Mr. Fix It, or Mr. Broke It and Fixed It. But it's not fixed, it's just temporarily repaired. And it will take cash money to permanently repair the damage. Just giant pain. Michelle Quinn is Garden County, Nebraska. If you look up Demetrius Shankling and Elijah McLean, they're both in Colorado. If you look up Clearview Behavioral Health, Johnstown, Colorado, you'll see that they're permanently closed. There's also video after video after video from me talking about that place and what they did before they ever got busted for doing those things. And one of the things that they did was kill a man. Now, did I tell on them for killing a man? No, I did not. And I told everybody the difference between us getting railroaded, it's called a run-through. If you have no friends or family, you're just a run-through. Whether it's in lovely California, if they can call you mentally ill and basically blame you for whatever they want, they get an easy victory. There's a crime that's been solved. They get to improve their ratings. They get to make homeless people look worse, which means they get to do that to all homeless people. 61% of those killed by police last year were homeless. 61%, that's 0.18% of the population taking this. And people say, oh, you're just paranoid. Not just paranoid. Justifiably paranoid. There's a distinction. I am justifiably paranoid of Andrew Wolnez because he has repeatedly approached me and my vehicle when he could have easily been an adult and walked the other way, as I did. But he would not have it. A lot of people tried to talk sense into him. A lot of the homeless people tried to talk sense into him, including some people that are homeless that didn't even like me. Holly typed probably a few $100. No, it's going to be more than that. It's probably easily $100 to $150 for pane of glass on the cheap side. It's tempered. It'll probably be closer to $250. Depending on the jackasses here who are doing the labor, it could be upwards of $1,000. And if they're really assholes like they tend to be, jacking up prices here in Tillamook, Oregon, you're looking at possibly, potentially 2 to 3 times what you'd be paying anywhere else. Now, if you end up paying 2 to 3 times what anywhere else would for somebody who's going to be an asshole about the installation, we're looking at $3,000 for somebody who makes $800 disability money every month. So it's not going to be easy. Now, realistically, it's between a $5 and $8 job. That's being real liberal. Conservatively, it could probably be done for $250. If I was able-bodied, I'd just offer to do it myself. I'd drive down to wherever the glass is, pick it up, and install it. I, however, am not able-bodied, and I am glad that I was even able to tape the window. So that logistically creates an issue for me, obviously. Amateurs argue tactics. Professionals argue logistics. Or discuss. Sorry about that. Polytype, when was the last time? Is he still? He called me from a restricted number all night last night. A whole bunch today. Yesterday, day before that. I did try to turn it into, who was the officer there at the Safeway? Officer Fitzgerald. But then, of course, what happened? Martinez showed up. He wasn't willing to hear a thing I had to say, wasn't going to allow me to say anything, especially in front of witnesses who could verify that I said it to him. He just said, Sean, 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 like I was a retard. So I got sick of it. And yes, I had to walk away. What do you do with bullies? Then there's a felon. He has been caught multiple times with methamphetamines, including on a high-speed chase through multiple states. He wasn't even supposed to leave Colorado, and neither was Alicia Bollinger, because they both had multiple pending meth charges in the state of Colorado, as well as the illegal firearms charge for Ted Bollinger. And people pretend like I'm the scary one. Nope. Who is approached between me and Molnez? Who is approached 100% of the time? Andrew Molnez. Who is it that has got physically violent against myself and my vehicle? Well, one of them is Andrew Molnez. One of them is them racist youth from the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot that literally everybody is fucking sick of. The last time they drove by screaming the N-word was 2 nights ago. I was too fucking tired to turn on the camera or bother with it. I'm like, fuck, I just want to get some goddamn sleep. Last night I got none. Holly typed, let's see, is he still, oh gosh, $1,000. Yes, ma'am. Also, I'm sorry about the delay. I am getting low on battery here, so I'm going to shut her down. If there's an emergency, I'm going to need to have the camera. I do want to impress upon everybody that literally all of the people at Safeway have stepped in this situation in lieu of the police in many occasions. Which means instead of, as well as trying to pick up the pieces that, as a disabled person, I shouldn't have any problems having access to. But that's where we end up with the situation of jurisdictional crap, forcing me to move repeatedly. Like, the cops are relentless everywhere. They don't like it when you tell on them, and they tend to do really stupid stuff when you're homeless. Yeah, it's one thing when you have to fight tooth and nail to get one of their goddamn body cameras. It's another when you record it yourself and they go, oh shit, that's an oops moment. Well, it's more than oops. When you do it repeatedly, and when you knowingly, willingly, and intelligently cross the line by abusing your position of power to harm one. Every single one of these agencies that have sent me back to my predators in the Tillamook Police Department has broken the law because, well, they did so knowingly, willingly, and intelligently. And then, of course, they play stupid like they didn't know the law after the fact. Like, no, you don't get to fucking play that. I'm not an Oregonian. I'm not mentally retarded. If you're from Tillamook, you know what retarded is. You know what neatards is. No, it's not a derogatory term. It's the name of a town. And I get made fun of because I call it netterts. That's how it read out to me when I read it. But it's pronounced differently. Kind of like in Nebraska, most people don't call it Norfolk. They call it Norfolk if they're from Norfolk. Kind of like if you're from Lodgepole, you might call it Large Hole because it's just like 250 people out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Just north of the Colorado border. Alright, well, good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, your sister's keeper too. And no victim left behind. Not even if they're fucking homeless.